Mama, don't you cry. USA, let's do or die. Put a hockey stick in my hand. Send me off to a foreign land. Pour some Gatorade in my glass. We'll just put you. USA, USA.
I forgot. What are we doing again?
This is all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, see, the jokes aren't funny when you say it again.
Nah, I know.
That was
After dark. Yeah. Just know we were talking a lot about Thor's hammer and not the actual Thor's hammer. We'll let the imagination run wild there.
You got to go to our Patreon.
Yeah, go to the Patreon, subscribe, donate.
Rate 5 stars.
Yeah, rate 5 stars. All right, boys. Episode 26. I know for a fact I did not say episode 26 last week, so this is...
Because, you got called out.
I had to go back and verify. I did not say episode 25 the week before, so I went and did some homework and verified that I was not going crazy. And I was not trying to do a psyop on you boys, okay?
You know I get confused easily, Anish.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to confuse you, Eric.
Wait. What episode?
Yeah.
Halfway
Wait,
to
where am
100.
Yeah, where am I? All right, boys, back at it. A lot of stuff to talk about this week. A lot of sports things to talk about. Our dad catch up will probably be a little bit short. I know Brandon was out of town. Well, pretty standard week otherwise. But before we get into it, as always, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Support the Sleepy Dads. Moving forward, we have a little bit of breaking news that Eric dropped on us right before we started recording. Yeah. The fake ad read of the week will be on hiatus for a little bit.
It's no more.
Yeah.
We're tired of selling out, okay? We're not sellouts.
Yeah, no
okay?
more free shout outs.
No more free shout outs.
Yeah.
You want to be exactly, Anisha. You want to be advertised, you just pay us and we'll cheerlead whatever you need us to.
Hey, no more free shout outs.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just gonna be warriors like crazy, okay?
Oh man. Yeah, so fake ad read for now it's dead. Maybe we'll bring it back. I don't know.
You know what?
We'll see.
Anish, in the movie Heavyweights when the camp goes from a fat camp to a healthy camp and they stab the blob, the giant lakeside thing. That's we're like harpooning the fake ad read.
Yep. Nice. That's a good one.
Moment of silence for the fake ad read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pour one out for the homie.
Yeah. Right on my computer.
Yeah.
Hashtag promo card RIP 20.
Nice. All right, boys, let's go and get right into it. I know we have a lot to talk about with sports. Before we do, let's just kind of get through our catch-up of the week. I know we're chomping at the bits to get to the real topic. Brandon, I'll start with you. I know you've been out of town all week, so yours will probably go pretty quick this week. So I'll go and start with you with our dad stories of the week.
Yeah, boy, I was out of pocket pretty much all week for work and didn't get back until super late Thursday because I had a ton of flight delays. No free shout out to the Charlotte airport for keeping me there for like 8 hours. But I guess pro of that, I got to watch that whole USA Finland game in the airport,
which is a wild thing.
I don't think I've ever watched a full game at a bar ever, let alone an airport bar. So my phone just kept blowing up like delay. So I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna post up at this Mexican restaurant and watch the game because I mean, what else are you gonna do while you're just stranded?
And that's a crapshoot on who you're sitting next to, like watching the game too.
A bunch of other people that with flight delays, not just me. Literally everyone around me is like, my flight's delayed. Like, where are you headed? Well, mine's delayed. So Charlotte Airport was struggling this past week, but so I just grabbed some beers, grabbed some chips and salsa, and
right on.
Watched USA whoop that tail.
What a combo!
Yeah. Then finally, I'll ride the high from that game. Decide, all right, 45 minutes till my flight's supposed to supposedly start boarding. So I'm like, I'm just going to go over there and watch YouTube or play on my phone or something. So that's what I did. I popped in the headphones, just leaned back, watching YouTube until time, and it's getting late, so the airport's kind of not as crazy as it had been earlier in the day, and someone comes and sits. I gotta tell the preface of this story. There will be a payoff. Someone sits down basically right beside me, and you kind of see them in your periphery, like, man, there's other seats, like what, like it's not busy right now at 11 o'clock at night, and she's on her phone. She's probably like college age. I say college age, she looked younger, but she was also like drinking, like literally had a Miller Lite. But she's on the phone, like talking loudly. I can hear her over my headphones, and trying to ignore it, just watch. And all of a sudden she starts like tapping me, like trying to get my attention. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, are you going to Chattanooga? Like these flight, like just wanted to complain about the flight delays, I guess. So I talked to her for a minute, and we complained about the airport situation, and it's time to board. So we go, I board before her. I'm like, hey, have a good night. I go get on the plane, get seated. I'm like, I am almost home. Like I am so close to being home. And then as everyone else is coming on the plane, it's just a line of people standing up. You just hear yelling, start hearing this like ruckus. And I look up and I see that girl that I was talking to. She just smacks this guy's hat off his head and is just like pointing at him, like yelling. And I'm like, I'm not ever getting home. We're about to like get kicked off the plane.
You're going
like,
viral. Yeah.
I was like, why is this happening? And then I think the stewardess were still like, just so ready to get home because the plane kept getting delayed. They were just like, all right, everybody good? Like, and we left. But she ends up sitting like 2 seats ahead of me. And the guy is still, he's kind of drunk too, but he's still like mouthing back at her. And then she sees me and I guess like remembers, hey, I remember talking to him. She like whips around. It's like, hey, can you believe this guy right now? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, don't bring me into this. I'm just trying to get home.
Brenda's like, bloop, putting his headphones on.
I'm like, hat down. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, lady, I don't know you. Like,
stranger danger.
Yeah.
Stranger danger.
The
He's like
best
a little
part,
sass, like pointing at himself, like
me? Yeah.
Yeah. Me?
What? I was like, why are you talking to me? And then the other people were looking at me like, what the heck? You know her? The best part was they were both in Philadelphia. They weren't together. They were both in Philadelphia Eagles. Like she had an Eagles shirt. He was wearing a Philadelphia Eagles hat. So like, of course, like they were fighting, but, yeah, apparently he had to check his bag and she got to bring her roller bag on and he didn't like, I don't know why he's mad at her. Like, I don't know, but he mouthed. Yeah. But, and it was a small plane. I mean, like little puddle jumper, like one row on one side and 2 seats on the other. So it's already like
it was a
tight
small
quarters.
plane. I hate those planes, dude. Like the roof on the edge of it, it's like this.
Yeah, imagine being like my height and Anisha's height.
Yeah.
not fun.
Not fun.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Eric, we're an average American male height friendly podcast.
I'm also the average male height of a male from 1868. So take that. Okay.
But yeah, don't recommend anyone being in an airport for about 8 hours. It was not fun, but got me home and I survived it. Didn't get home till like close to 2 a.m. So I was struggling. It was a rough week. So like I said, don't have a ton like dad story wise. We this weekend I tried to keep it as chill as I could.
Yeah, you're like, I was barely a dad this week. I was gone.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Shout out Courtney.
Shout out the real MVPs.
Yeah.
The wives, the spouses.
Right. Yeah, this weekend was pretty chill.
Just things.
Saturday had a full day of hockey. So that was fun. We'll talk about that more later. And Sunday just kind of hung out, rode my bike, so that was fun. I got to get outside, and now I'm here talking to you, beautiful boys.
Right
on this glorious President's Day morning.
I was say, dude, hell of a weekend.
Yeah, Brandon, you forgot to mention why we were talking about Thor's hammer to kick off the podcast.
That's Sleepy Dad After Dark.
That's Sleepy Dad.
I was sending the boys some memes.
We were all amped up.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is the second time we're mentioning this meme on this podcast of the big black guy just hanging dong. Because remember you said the one with the drones? Like when you zoom in, it was like the drone thing was going on.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's his thing. He's got a
That's
title.
his thing.
He's a reoccurring character.
Yeah. But the meme was basically just Team USA on the face. And then, everybody who listens to this pod, I'm pretty sure knows what meme we're talking about.
Dude, we've been chanting USA like all weekend in my house. We were at my parents yesterday, and we got the girls with my dad. We're like, USA, USA. Very, very patriotic weekend with USA kicking ass.
Oh, I do have. I'll throw out. This is a dad podcast. I'll throw out one funny dad story that I think y'all would appreciate. One of the nights I'm chilling in the hotel room, FaceTime with the kids and stuff. And then I was just FaceTime with Savannah, and she's literally just walking around like just enjoying her nap, but just has me on the phone. I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay, we're gonna talk.
Seasick from the camera movement, throw it up on the side.
Yeah. All of a sudden, she just goes on like mute. Like, doesn't tell me. It just goes on mute, and I've noticed like I don't hear anything, and she's not talking to me. So I'm like, hello, and then she texts me like from the phone, and she's like, hey, got you on mute. I don't want you to hear it. I figured you didn't want to hear any pooping sounds while I'm on the toilet. I said thanks.
Hey, look at that.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So
Dad,
very
don't
considerate.
freak out. I'm taking a dump.
Yeah. So very considerate. raising very considerate kids.
Brandon, I have to FaceTime my dad before, and he's like sitting on the toilet answering the FaceTime. And I'm like, don't answer the FaceTime if you're taking a dooze.
But it's like the phone's all the way up here, like
I'm like, I can see your junk in the bowl, man. What are we doing? About Thor's hammer. Jesus, Dad.
Did he have on his red whitey tighties?
Yeah. I bet he still does. I think he's always been a whitey tighty guy. He was never a boxers guy.
Ward, if you're in the comments, put in the
Wardy boy. He likes those
Respond.
whitey tighties.
Yeah, he's gonna text Eric later.
No,
Will Smith, keep my name out your mouth.
Oh, he's been very vocal how much he does not listen to our podcast. By the way,
he started out strong. He started out as tier 1.
He did. I think he was like, "This is I don't know what to say."
He says kind of lame.
Yeah, these guys are not funny.
Hey, that's one person's opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we got like tens of views that say otherwise. So.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, man. All right, Eric, I'll let you go first since you were kind of started a little bit talking about your weekend. So I'll let you go ahead and finish your thought there.
I'm trying to think. We had a pretty nice week. The weather has been wild for February. We've had record highs of 70s down to like 20s. It's freezing here now. It's in the low 30s. We're supposed to get snow on Wednesday. So it's been like a weird, like, we've been doing normal activities, but then the girls were off Friday. So I took off Friday, and we just had like a great day with the Itty Bitty Donuts. What else did we do? Oh, and then Friday was Valentine's Day. And so we went to the great establishment of Waffle House. But they do there were only like 5 locations in like Tennessee that like did this like reservations Valentine's thing. And they have tablecloths and little fake candles and like real flowers on the table and stuff. And so the girls had never been. And honestly, I'm not slamming Waffle House. I love Waffle House. Have not been there in probably 15 years. And we went there, and it was awesome. It totally redeemed itself. It was great. The girls were great. We had a nice little date night. I made a pact with them that forever I'm their Valentine's Day. Even if somebody else asked them to go on a Valentine's, they kept to say no. And they have to come home and go to Valentine's with me. So it's not sad. It's smart. We're just being a good dad.
Yeah. They'll never be alone on Valentine's Day.
That's right. You'll never be alone.
Yeah. Is it so they won't ever be alone, or so you won't ever be alone, Eric?
I mean, okay. Anish has been there. We and Anish have had a lot of lonely Valentines together. And like, honestly, for a while, I bet you people thought we were gay. I'm not gonna.
Hey, tell the flower story.
So I had a girlfriend. She was real. She was not an online girlfriend. She was a very real girlfriend.
Hey, we never saw her with you. You just weren't. You just weren't at the dorms.
Yeah, you just weren't around.
So can't confirm.
So Anish and I had to go pick up flowers for Valentine's. It was this flower shop in Cookeville, Tennessee, and me and Anish go. We walked in there, and clearly I didn't have a lot of girlfriends on Valentine's growing up. Shocker. I know it's kind of weird, but we go in there, and the workers standing there. And we're telling her, I'm like, yeah, I need to pick up some flowers, and like she responded weirdly. Like she looked. Like a long pause, like enough for me and Nish to look at each other and be like, "Oh no, not for us." Like immediately defensive. We're like, "No, not me and him. Like we came together. I mean, we didn't come together. We drove here in a car together. It's for my girlfriend, a very real girl. She's real." Yeah. And then Brandon, another Valentine's, me and Nish went to El Tapatio in Cookeville, and it was just me and Nish going to dinner on Valentine's, and they put us in the Valentine's section.
Yeah.
And so me and Anish were like, I think they think we're gay.
Yeah. I think they think we're dating. Dude, our table had like candles, like little heart-shaped things. It did.
I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. It was kind of nice.
It was
Well,
I'm not
weird,
gonna lie, it
but
was
it was
very
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
The company was pretty good in this.
Hey, man. We love ourselves some bro time. And if it
That's
happens to fall
right.
on Valentine's Day, it happens to
That's
fall on
right.
Valentine's Day. What do you want
Maybe
us to
we'll
do?
see Chewbacca.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm sure there are people still out there that we went to college with that still think we're probably gay.
Hey, you know what? Got to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, exactly.
Cookville, very progressive city.
Very
Yeah.
progressive.
Putting you boys together.
Hey, they were ahead of their time.
Uh-huh.
I don't care what anybody says about Cookville.
Also, for the record, Katie loves her Valentine's mug that we showed off last weekend. She does love it.
Nice.
So I'm not in the doghouse for that one. It was a gag gift, and I'm glad that it was received well because
could have gone either way. Could have gone either
could
way.
have gone the other way where it's like thrown against the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say this about Waffle House. I feel like Waffle House is one of those restaurants where, like, obviously, most of the time people eat it are like, when they're like drunk in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, I was telling the girls, I'm like, normally this is not. It's usually not as like light outside when you're here.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you eat it, and then you don't have it for a while, and then you kind of remember it as like the food's good, but you also kind of eat it when you're not in the right state of mind. So like you don't really know how good the food is. But then you eat it like every now and then you'll eat it like you did on Valentine's Day, and you're like, hey, the food's not that bad.
Food's not bad for for diner food and stuff. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, for what it is it's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Could be way worse.
Yeah. Also, I learned. Do you know they have biscuits and gravy on their menu?
They do.
I'm sure they got everything.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I
didn't know that. Never had biscuits. Ophelia got biscuits. She's a Southern girl. She loves biscuits and gravy. So she had that, and no, it was good. It was awesome. It was actually very fun. That's the thing. When your kids start getting older and like independent, it's like you can actually go do things, and it's like fun instead of like corralling cats kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Today I guess I'll go into, unless you had anything else there, I'll go into
and then we watched freaking hockey all damn weekend for the best freaking hockey team in the world.
USA. 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 All right, let's put a pin in that. I'll go through my dad's story real quick. But yeah, as like you were saying, like when the kids get older, it's more fun to do things with them.
Yeah.
Today, so we're recording on Monday, President's Day. We all had off. Kids are home for school. Once I'm done with this, like me and Zoe are gonna we're gonna go to like the library, let her hang out over there. Gonna go to Costco, just kind of walk around.
You're a good dad. Look at you.
Hey man, thanks. I appreciate that.
Sweden and Canada.
12 o'clock.
Canada play today, so
yeah, that's a big one. Hey, that's a big
Did
one.
you need to put in like the 12 seconds later, and it's like a niche like yelling at Costco, like
yes,
sit down. I said no to all the gummy.
You don't need 100-pack of gummies.
Yeah. You know what? We're going home. We're not having any fun today.
Like your mother.
Yeah.
What's the weather like up there? Y'all got snow?
It's cold.
When they're supposed to be like it's cold. Okay,
Cold.
thanks.
Hey,
Thanks for the update.
What's the weather like, Ali? Cold, frigid.
When there's supposed to be like a big storm or something come through.
Yeah, so there was supposed to be a big storm. It ended up not being too bad. But I sent a video to you guys on Saturday. Whatever we got. That was pretty much all we had. So it wasn't horrible. But it still sucks having to go out there, shovel, do all that stuff. But now it's like icing over because it's like 0 degrees today. Like -8 is like the low later tonight. So it's gonna be gonna be real frigid around here.
That's brutal, dude. Because it was 30, 31 yesterday, and every time we went outside, we'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's cold!"
Yeah,
and that's just 30. That's not 0 degrees,
dude. Eric,
I was thinking of you because I was like riding my bike yesterday. It was like 30. I mean, it was like kind of sleeting, but the whole time I was like, "Guys, this is like nothing to like Chicago or because we were like texting throughout the day." I was like, I just wouldn't be riding my bike in Chicago.
You would not be outside.
I just wouldn't be doing it
outside
because it would get stolen, probably.
Yeah. Well, hey. Not where I live. Maybe downtown.
No, Schaumburg. Hey, you live in a beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah.
Shout out Schaumburg.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Good people there.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, Eric, I was gonna say, I heard in Nashville it's gonna be like 9 degrees later this week.
Yeah.
So
Well, apparently we're getting snow on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's chance here as well. Probably not as much as you, because for whatever reason between that 2 hours, it's like y'all always get like so much more snow than we.
I have, since this is a dad podcast, Katie was like, yeah, it's supposed to be like 3 to 5 inches. I was like, oh, if we're lucky.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, come on.
Don't let the ladies tell you any different. There's more to 3 inches than meets the eyes.
In this weather, that's great.
Yeah, that's you'd be lucky.
Yeah. A boy can dream. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So I had one more thing. So this past week, Zoe somehow has discovered. So like YouTube has these like ambient like background videos.
I love
It's
them.
just, you know what I'm talking
Love
about.
them.
And they have different themes. They have like Lord of the Rings. They have Harry Potter. They have like all these different themes out there.
Yep.
And somehow Zoya discovered the Harry Potter one, and it's been like a big thing in our household. And it kills like hours. Like literally,
Yeah.
she'll spend like hours just watching it.
Like Michael Scott, I could stand here for hours and watch this bad boy.
But so she did a thing. So I don't know if you guys have LG TVs or not, but their remote has like it like has like this like pointer thing. Like if you shake it, you can like move it around. It's like a magic remote, so you can move it around and click like a mouse almost. So she's been using that as like an 80-year-old professor, like pointing at the screen, like, oh, look at this picture frame. There's somebody moving in there.
That's
Like,
pretty funny.
yeah, like
You're like, I know.
yeah. Like 3 hours into this 8-hour video. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And then she's like, yeah, I know. That's Ramona Ravenclaw. I know who that is.
yeah. So
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. I've been trying to get her into Harry Potter. She watched the first one, but the ending kind of scared her.
Yeah, they get dark.
Which is it's pretty dark at the end. So I'm gonna wait a little bit till I move on to the next ones, especially once you get to the third one, it gets real dark.
We have friends. They're like, we don't know when we're gonna show them Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, our girls, they love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I don't understand the like sheltering kids thing. I'm like, let them see it, and if they can't handle it, then you learn what their limit is.
Exactly. And even then, Zoe's like, she wants to watch it, but she knows like she'll be freaked out. So,
dude, what, the guy's head living up? Or, Voldemort,
yes, like Voldemort in the back of his head.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
that's a weird concept for a little kid to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, so his life force he's so shattered, his soul, that he's having to live off of another Professor Quirrell. Professor Quirrell.
Who needs to watch the movie? We got Eric just for shining.
That's right.
Here.
Come on, what else do you want to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Not me, not you, him.
Yeah, so that's been what's going on in my household. We've been a lot of just ambient videos in the background. It's great. Like I said, it's great because it kills a lot of time. It keeps her busy, but it also sucks because I got to sit there with her and like as she points out everything.
That's pretty. Yeah. Dude, they also they have Red Dead 2 walkthroughs. It's literally just someone walking around the video game world, and there's no, it's just like the ambient sound and the animals and stuff.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I do like the concept of ambient, like having it in the background. It is nice. I'll have to switch it up.
We did that on Christmas. You just throw on like a Yuletide log kind of thing.
Fireplace. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the best. Have a little like jazz Christmas music playing with some instrumentals. Yeah.
I'm not a jazz guy.
Okay.
Not a jazz guy. Not jazzed up about that.
Not jazzed up about that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for Dad Stories. Anything else you guys want to cover before we move on to our much anticipated topic of the week?
No. Anish, may I start something?
Go ahead.
Oh, mama, don't you cry. USA, let's do or die. Put a hockey stick in my hand. Send me off to a foreign land. Pour some Gatorade in my glass. We'll just put your bucket ass. USA, 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 USA.
Nice.
Cut it.
I think we just got our cold open of the week.
Dude, it's like I was trying to explain to Katie about how awesome and like not unprecedented, but just how dominant the USA looked over Finland and Canada. This is crazy. Like we've never been like the dominant team. We've been like feisty teams or lucky or winning in shootouts. TJ Oshie's Olympic shootouts and stuff.
Or there's always been like one or two teams that are clearly better than us.
Oh yeah, yes,
like and we look good, man. This might be like the deepest team we've had in a very long time.
Hey, Dylan Larkin was on the fourth line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A golden assist. Yeah.
With
the game win.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
And you were trashing him.
Well, he missed
a chance. He missed a chance earlier. We're like, classic Red Wing.
Yeah.
And then
right off the post.
Agrees a goal.
Yeah.
Screaming down the boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awesome, man. The 3 fights in 9 seconds to kick it off.
Anish, Katie was like, "You're ridiculous." I was downstairs just like doing like hooting and hollering, like, "Let's go. Let's go." It's so odd. It's like it's like I think John Cooper, the Canadians head coach, said that this is like a decade's worth of energy that like had to get released, because it really was like it's like this whole like, hey, we're not friends right now. This is every man for every country for itself, and we're gonna win. We're gonna show you who's the top dog.
Yeah, it's great too. It was the Kachucks, because back in '96.
Yeah, his dad was a tough son of a gun.
Yeah, he kicked off that game, picking a fight with Claude Lemieux, and of course it would be his sons doing the same thing.
I would not want to fight Claude Lemieux. He was a
big boy.
Son of a bitch.
He
was a bad man. But
who did JT Miller fight? That guy was big too.
He fought Colin Parayko.
Yeah, he's a big dude too.
He should not have fought. Did you see the video of JT Miller punching himself in that?
Yeah,
dude, he was
not great.
He was punching air, dude. He was not.
He got caught up.
Yeah,
he got caught up in the moment.
Yeah. I appreciate the thought. Yeah,
he's like, I'll fight anybody, and then like the Parayko, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, he didn't back down though.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, dude. It's what's in here. He's a psycho.
Yeah.
That guy's a
Setting the
psycho.
tone.
He'll fight anybody. Yeah. It was awesome.
Then we had our
Honestly,
whole first line in the penalty box.
Yeah, Jack Eichel's like, where the hell are my wingers?
Dude,
They're
I
all,
can't remember.
fist bumping in the penalty box.
Yeah,
you know,
just
shaking
partying.
the plexiglass. It's like,
Dude, I
guys,
can't remember.
what
I
the hell?
can't remember if we sent this because we sent so many like different tweets.
there's so many.
But there was
Twitter
one.
fire.
Yeah, there was one where it was like the Kachucks and JT Miller in the box, and it was a picture from Mighty Ducks D2. And it was like the Bass Brothers and the Chinese kid in the penalty box. Oh man, yeah, that game was awesome, man.
And it's crazy because it's like the Finland game, Brandon's airport game, where it was 2-1 after 2, and it was very like it was very
Didn't
like
look great.
man, maybe we're not going to be that great, and then we just lit them up for like 3 goals in like 2 minutes, and we win 6-1. So you're like, oh, and then Canada, they're very good. Like it's one of those things where you're like, you don't want to underestimate. I mean, they have literally the best players in the world are on Canada. We're just way deeper, better goaltending. We're just better.
Like,
American
that
excellence.
that first power play they had when it was like whenever the puck goes to the player and they pop the name on
Dude,
ESPN.
you're like, oh my god!
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
like literally every name's like,
Don't let him get the puck. And then
oh god,
don't let him get the puck.
oh god, he passes to someone better.
Yeah, it was like loose, and you're like, oh god, it's McKinnon. Oh shoot, it's McDavid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crosby
has it.
Yeah, that's literally how that first power play was. I was like, vibes are starting to.
Well, and then they have Sam Reinhart on their power play, and you're like, he's the one that you're like, oh, they went to Sam Reinhart. The guy scored over 50 goals last year, and he's on pace for another 50 goals this year. And you're like, oh no, he's their 5th guy. Oh my god!
I was like, turn off the name thing. I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
while we're just like back there, like Alamo.
Yeah,
but dude, and then like it's kind of like, how do you beat Patrick Mahomes? And what the Eagles did to Patrick Mahomes is you
beat the crap out of him.
You beat the hell out of him. And so USA, it's like, okay, these guys, if they get anything going, they can make us look very stupid very fast. And like they're literally, it's like it's the cliche bullcrap. It's like 4 pucks in deep, stick on stick, forecheck the hell out of them. Don't give them any space, and that's what we did. And we kicked their ass in Canada.
Just slamming them into the boards, like left and right.
In their the motherland of Montreal to hockey.
Yeah, the Mecca.
Like, that's like,
the Mecca
that's
of
the
hockey.
Mecca. And we silenced that whole damn arena.
That was awesome. It looked rough though when McDavid scored that first goal.
Oh, dude,
it was like,
it was
oh
so
god,
fast.
Yeah,
and
so fast, dude.
And this is a very anti-McDavid podcast, but when that man starts galloping like that, you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, dude, I mean, they tracked him. They said the speed. He was going like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, he
skates.
got 22
Dude,
on that goal.
He does it in an instant. That's the thing.
I was thinking about that yesterday.
Tesla.
I was riding my bike and I was like going down a hill and I was looking at my speed and I was like close to that and I'm like, this is how fast he was going on
from
skates.
his legs. From his legs.
And like in between people and like shooting. I'm like, that's
stick handling.
That's fat.
Fighting off grown men.
That's this.
That was one of the videos. That was like one of the edits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, that literally was his edit. Like for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And so but also when you think about it, if you look at the whole game overall, as I have my stick, if you look at the whole game overall, that McDavid goal, it was like a lightning strike, and it was like, damn. But that was
they could do that at any time.
They could. Yeah, lightning can strike, but lightning doesn't strike twice, right? Same place twice.
No, of course not.
Well, with McDavid, it didn't. He, and also one of my favorite bits was he was like, "Hey, Monday is a game 7." You're like, "Oh, so you're going to do 0 points,
0 points. Yeah.
no goals, no assists, and lose?" Because that's the McDavid way. And they still handed you the freaking Conn Smythe. You had no points in game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid. He got his 1 goal. Cool, dude. Good job. He's a showboater, dude. He went on a glory run. It was awesome. You lost 3-1.
Then he got put on his butt.
That's right, dude. That's the thing, though. We were like, Drew Doughty was getting decked. Crosby was getting nailed. McDavid was getting tossed around. American muscle.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do. They did not adjust for the physicality. They tried to be physical too, and they got some good hits, but like
they have Sam Bennett.
Yeah. And when he's out on the ice, it's open season for Team USA.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like Marchand looks old, Crosby looks old.
Oh, Crosby does look old.
Yeah,
I can say that now after we beat him.
I know. Yeah. After we beat him and before we potentially play them in the finals, we're talking all the smack.
Yeah. Next week might be different.
And
might be more somber.
And yesterday we were at so remember where we ate Chinese? We picked up Chinese food that one time for the USA gold medal game against Canada. Yeah. So yesterday we were there's another place there. Ming's is still there, but there's another. It's called Los Delicious, and it's fantastic Mexican food. Oh my God, it's so good. But we were there, and I was telling my dad, I'm like, the irony is pretty heavy here that we beat Canada in the Olympic round robin, and then we lost them in the finals. And I'm like, well, we just beat Canada. I'm back, in the round robin. I'm back at the same place that me, Katie, and Anish were loading up for the gold medal game to lose to Canada. I'm like, this could be a repeat, but right now we're on top.
Yeah. Right now it's great.
Yeah.
Flying high.
Uh-huh. Oh, dude. And I think we all said it. I was literally just anything on social media, Instagram, Twitter, articles. I was like grinning, just like everything was so like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like the domination, the sick goals, the free bird.
Awesome.
Oh, dude, it was so great to see everybody actually get to see what high level hockey looks like.
Dude, compared to the NBA skills competition thing that they were doing, that was like a joke. And then literally it's like what was it? The NFL's like, we're gonna play 2-hand touch football in the Pro Bowl. The NBA's like, we're gonna get guys disqualified because they're just not even trying in these skills thing. And then the NHL, it's like, I'm gonna literally die for my country in this exhibition game. Yeah. But what I also love is this is like a big prequel for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
next year.
It really is.
Next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is, if USA is kind of putting their nuts on the table and letting people know what's up. But if we win this thing, it's going to be a real shot across the bow to be like, hey, we're here. And we're here. We're going to smash.
Yeah. Although the Olympics will have a lot more teams involved.
Oh, yeah.
Like Russia will be there. The Czechs will be there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Germany, the Swiss will be there.
Yeah. There'll be a lot more teams.
Will Russia be there? I hope they are, but I feel like they keep getting banned.
Yeah, they do keep getting banned, but
what?
The Russian team could be so good.
What's the thing? They would be. I was texting another buddy. I'm like, Russia would be like kind of favored in this kind of tournament. They're legit too.
Yeah.
Well, they're not here, so ours to win.
Yeah, maybe don't invade other countries. Yeah. And then you get to play hockey.
Yes. Valid point there. I had a question. I just thought about this. I didn't prep you with this guy, but with all the international play going on, what do you guys think is a bigger rivalry for USA sports? Is it USA versus Mexico in soccer, or is it USA versus Canada in hockey?
Oh, it's
hockey.
USA. Yeah, it's USA, Canada hockey. Dude, the Mexico, it's like, it's a rivalry, but like Mexico doesn't win anything and we don't win anything. And so it's
also true.
It's kind of a meaningless rival.
To be fair, soccer is a tough sell to the casual.
Yeah.
Because it's reffing, flopping, no goals. And then you get hockey and people are literally trying to drive someone's face through the board. Like the 3 fights thing, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The 3 fights in 9 seconds. You do that in soccer, it's a different kind of experience.
Yeah, it's like we got to cancel the game.
Yeah. Stadium down.
Yeah. I was only asking because like it feels like there's a lot more actual hate with USA Mexico. Like the players absolutely don't like each other, even out of these tournaments. Like,
yeah, I mean,
there's like legit hate there.
Yeah, but in hockey, it's like the joke is no Canadian team has won the cup since 1993, but the other joke is like 80% of rosters are Canadians.
Yeah,
like so it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, like right now people in Pittsburgh are rooting for USA, but as soon as Crosby comes back, it's like that's their guy.
Oh, you said the country stat. It made me think of. I think I told Eric this, but so I was watching Finland and Sweden. Getting hyped up for the USA game, and so I'm sitting there on the couch watching it. And Savannah comes in. She sits down, and this year, just all sports games with her, she's been more interested in like who's that team, who's like asking a lot more questions this year. And so she says that she did the same thing. Who's that? Who's that? And she's like, well, who do you want to win? That's always like, who do you want to win?
Yeah.
I'm like, I really don't care. I was like, I'd probably root for Sweden just because there's some trying to explain there's predators on the national predator players on that team. I was like, Bill Forsberg's on there, he's awesome. And so then that turned to, I'm like, well, he plays for Nashville. She's like, well, how can he play for Nashville if he's not American? It's like trying to, it's just funny, like especially like little kids like trying to learn. So you're like, well, it makes sense to you, but like trying to explain like the different, like, well, this is not the NHL, like this is something different. This is like countries, and
well, this is NHL. An NHL sanctioned tournament.
Yeah, I didn't even try that.
Yeah. You get really in the weeds there.
Yeah, so like trying to explain this, like this is hard to explain, like, but it was just funny. She's like, well, how can he play for Nashville if he's not? It's like, well, that's the funny thing. That's the neat thing. There's hardly any American. Like most of the NHL is not American. But it was funny.
Oh, dude! Yesterday, Krista, my sister, we were talking about the tournament, and she legitimately said, she's like, well, how do they determine who's on what team? And we were like, the country they're from. I'm like, we're like, I wonder how people got on Sweden. You're like, they were born in Sweden. Yeah, they're Swedish.
That's pretty funny.
She's an adult, so some people never get it.
Shout out Chris to Tier 1.
Very Tier 1.
We'll send Savannah over. Y'all can talk it out.
Yeah. Oh man. So what's our strategy for tonight's game? Because we've already clinched a spot in the championship.
Dominate.
Don't get hurt.
Next man up.
Yeah, don't get hurt. Let Matthew Tkachuk rest. Don't play
he's
him.
resting. Yeah, he's resting.
I feel like you probably sit Hellebuck too. Like, don't play him.
I don't know. I kind of want the
let
goalie
him-
to keep going.
I would rather
that's
him
true.
play because he's weirdly he's been very good, but he's given up 2 shaky goals.
Yeah.
You don't want him to get out of, I don't know,
rhythm.
He's rolling, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's not mess it up. But then also it's like, don't let off the gas and let him give up like 4 goals tonight and get in his head.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a weird fine line of, we don't have to throw the kitchen sink, but let's keep playing.
Mhm.
Like,
Or honestly, I'm like, I think the goal is just total domination. Like, what if we win all 4 matches?
oh,
And
that'd
just
be
be
awesome.
like,
That would be awesome.
We were the
That would
best
be
team in
awesome.
the world.
Dude, it's awesome that this is like the replacing the All-Star. Like,
Yeah.
what
This is
NHL
way
doesn't
better.
do a lot right.
No, they do not.
Like a lot wrong, but
Yeah,
this
we
was
love
pretty
the
awesome.
NHL, and it is terrible at marketing, scheduling, promoting their players.
Well, honestly, I didn't really know much about this Four Nations Cup.
Brand new.
I mean, you know
Yeah.
what's funny? I was at that training. There was another company. There's a bunch of companies there, but there's a company from Ottawa, and so they had about 8 guys there. And I started talking to them about like hockey, and we were talking about the Four Nations Cup. And I was like, I'll be honest, it's not really been advertised a lot. And he was like, oh, it's been crazy advertised up here. We were like pumped for it. And so I wish I'd seen them after the game.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing.
To rib them.
This is their sport. This is what Canada. The only thing they're good for is their hockey.
Well, they were so fired up over their
and
roster.
we took it from. We took them out behind the woodshed and spanked them.
Yeah.
And now they got to win in regulation to clinch a spot. And
How funny
Finland's
would
good,
that
man.
be?
Finland's feisty, man. They're not going to be.
They're very fight. Like we said, it was 2-1 going into the third with Finland. We just
broke it open.
We had a secret agent for Finland. UC Saros was their goalie.
Yeah, we've seen that
Poor
story
guy.
plenty of times this year.
Yeah. Oh
Poor
yeah.
guy.
Oh, this one. Oh yeah. Saros was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not shocking, but Predators have not had a great.
No, dude. Yeah.
Four
You
Nations
talking about
Cup.
Philip? Did you see
Yeah.
George Kittle was at the Montreal
Yeah.
arena for Sweden? And
Yeah.
Philip, he's been bad.
He's
He's
been
not been
great.
good.
Yeah.
Saw
It's
Arvidsson
unfortunate
out
'cause-
there mixing it up.
Yeah, RV honestly was doing better, like
Yeah.
effort wise, like trying to make plays.
Harvey,
I
though,
miss
man.
him.
He's always been.
I miss him.
I know
Yeah.
RV.
He's so much
RV.
fun to root for.
And he has such big goals too, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, he was always the one like ripping down the side and just like
Yes.
rip it for better or worse. He was just
Yeah.
slinging them.
He's like a little ball of like energy. He's like
Mhm.
little, but he like brings it.
He was so much
I
fun.
know. I miss him. I miss you, RV.
I remember like the fans would be chanting, it'd be like the video, like the bench would be like chanting RV2. Like,
Yeah.
I just
awesome.
all
And then we had another former Pred scoring the winner for Finland on Saturday, Granlund.
I know.
Yeah, Granny.
Dude. Okay, I don't want to go on a Preds rant here, but Granlund was awesome in Minnesota. We traded for him, and he went down. He was like, he was not good. He was just like 30, 40 points. He goes out to San Jose, and he's like freaking a point. He's like a point per game player again.
Maybe
So,
he's
dude,
Eric.
I'm
Does
glad
his
his career.
career.
I'm glad his
I
career.
know those guys I was talking to at that train and literally made that comment. Like, didn't know me at all. Didn't know that we talk about this. Like, we complain about the Predators players going to other teams and being good. They were like, man, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't think they were being mean. They seem like they're being nice, but yeah, they were like, every guy y'all like get rid of, they're like doing awesome. I was like, yeah, I know, Alec. I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm aware, Pierre. Okay.
Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm aware. It's us.
Also,
I get it.
I don't really care. The whole like booing the anthem is, to me, it's more like energy, like in the game. But like, I do wonder what Boston's gonna do during the Canadian
they're
anthem.
gonna boo
Yeah,
back.
I mean,
It's
it's gonna be loud.
brutal.
And it's gonna
it's
be
gonna
loud.
be loud.
Yeah.
Even
Boston fans
without-
aren't the most
Especially with us
pleasant.
already beating them, like with us
Yeah.
beating Canada,
Yeah.
now it's definitely like a no.
Yeah.
I think even if we played them first, they would have booed.
Yeah,
Like, like if the other night hadn't happened.
yeah.
Yeah, Boston.
And I know, Boston. Those guys are freaking nuts.
Oh man, yeah, I can't wait for the championship game on Thursday. So fortunately, we have to wait till Thursday, but I guess
know.
give everybody enough rest or whatever.
But for us, it's good for Matthew Tkachuk to get his groin or whatever
Yeah.
he did, get that little healthy.
What time are the games today? I know there's
12,
one
same
tonight.
time.
Canada,
Yeah.
Finland is 12, and then
12
or
and
1
7.
o'clock your time, and then
To be honest, I didn't love the space. Like we were talking about it was like you got such an energy from the first game, and then it's just like a dead
Yeah.
period until the
Well,
next one.
I read somewhere
The fights really help bring the energy.
Yeah.
It did.
Well, for the Finland Sweden game, they did that because so people in Finland and Sweden could watch it in prime time. Because over there it was like 7, 8 o'clock at night, so it worked out.
You mean
for
they
them
weren't
over
thinking
there.
of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's game I don't understand. I mean, I guess for Finland to watch, but it sucks for the Canadians because they don't. It's not like they celebrate President's Day.
Oh, little cry. Oh, Pepe Le Pew sad. Oh no.
Oh man. Contrary to popular belief, Canadians are not that nice.
Hey, you know what? I
They
think
were
I
in our
text y'all.
comments.
Well, yeah, on the TikTok they are not nice, but
they're not
yeah.
nice.
in
They live
person
a
those
cold
guys
areas
were
are bitter.
I was trying to I wanted to kind of rib them a little bit on just the games and stuff, but they were talking about Nashville and like, man, y'all did a lot in the off season. I'm like, yep, we did, and they're just like, well, but they'll figure it out. They're gonna turn. They got time to turn around. They can turn. They're being so upbeat. I'm like, no,
You're like,
they can't.
we have a 0% chance of the playoffs, dude.
I was like, let me pull up this. Yeah, percent. It's literally like 0.005% chance to get the playoffs. I was like, they're not turning it around.
Yeah. Maybe that's why this tournament's been so fun, because it's like we get to like live again. Like you know what I mean? Like you're actually in the running.
Well, like you said,
Yeah.
when was the last time we were like pumped about some sort of trophy? It's like 2019 when the Titans were in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was just saying, yep.
Yeah.
Titans in the AFC Championship, and then the Predators 2017, 2018 years. That was it.
2025.
I know, dude. We're
It's a long
older
time
now.
ago.
I
Long
can't
time
grow
ago.
hair, but I'd have a gray beard since the.
I do have gray in my beard.
See,
Yeah.
Anish knows.
Silver Fox.
All right, boys. Let's go ahead and move on. Unless there's anything else we want to talk about Team USA and our
No, dude, we're
dominance.
just pumped, and I hope we get to be this excited next week.
This USA hockey polo in Lake Placid, New York. Red, white, and blue, baby.
Nice.
Colors don't run.
That's right.
Yeah, next week could be a very different mood for the podcast. I don't think so, but
No,
we'll
No.
see how it goes.
I'm
It'd
so
be so
used
funny
to my
if Canada
teams.
just loses.
I know, dude. That would, the cherry on top would be Canada not even making the finals and just being
Yeah.
like, whoa. Like
That'd be funny.
maybe they're so dejected from getting spanked in front of everybody.
Then we lose
Yeah.
to Finland.
How
Which we have done. USA has lost to Finland in the bronze level
That
game in the
would be the cherry on the top for us.
2014 Olympics. Yeah.
at least we
That
have
would
Good
be
point,
us.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, Brandon.
Thanks for putting that fear into me.
Well, it's like the USA when they beat Russia in 1980. that wasn't the gold medal game. They had to go play like Finland or Norway.
Yeah.
I think it was Norway. They had to go play them, and we were losing after 2, and it's the Herb Brooks. It's like, if you lose this game, you will take it to your fucking grave.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure
yeah.
though. Yeah.
Lace them up extra tight, boys.
Well, I don't think any of that's going to happen. I think this is the start of a USA dynasty moving forward, boys. This is our time to shine. It's ours for the taking. Now that the World Cup of Hockey is coming back, we're going to start having major international tournaments every 2 years.
Yes.
Which is going to be awesome.
World Cup, Olympics.
World Cup, yeah.
Olympics.
It's going to be awesome. And to commemorate the future of USA dominance and this dynasty that's building, we're going to draft the best sports dynasties of all time. You can do, as always, you can draft however you like. You can go old school, new school, middle, kind of in the middle there. Brandon's going to have the first pick this week. I got the second, and Eric's got the back-to-back, bringing up the rear. We'll go 3 rounds and honorable mentions. Brandon, go ahead and kick it off.
There's 2 that I would love with my number 1 pick, but I'm going to go old school, something when a prime watching sports years, something that really made me see what greatness is, and that's Michael Jordan Bulls. It's got to be the number 1.
You had to,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Double 3-peats. Got so bored, took a couple years off. We talked about it earlier, maybe suspended. We don't know. That's in the thinking grenade part. But for my part, he got bored, wanted to go dominate something else. Didn't really dominate baseball.
Yeah, that's
But
what a
came
really
back-
competitive person does.
Came back, got him 3 more. So
Nice.
give me those 90s Bulls.
Nice.
Like I said, prime, my mind molding to what greatness is, and it's Michael Jordan.
Nice, that's a good one. I feel like that was going to go in the first round regardless. I was hoping it would fall to me, but I knew once you had the first pick, you were going to take that hands down.
Yeah, that's Brandon's guy. That's his team.
Yeah. And I
get it.
mean, 6 championships in 8 years.
I
That's
mean, yeah, hard to
ridiculous.
argue with.
Yeah. There's some other old school teams that have done more in little time, but the game was different back then. Like, I feel like it's not as impressive as what the Bulls did in the 90s.
I mean, and even like the 2 years he was gone, the team was still good enough that they were in the mix.
Eastern Conference Finals, they made the playoffs
Yeah.
the other year. But yeah, they were still good. Nice. That's a good pick, Brandon. Okay. My first pick, I'm going to stick with basketball as well. I'm going to go with the team after the Jordan era, the Kobe Shaq Lakers in the early
That's a good one.
2000s.
Dude, Rick Fox.
Yeah. Derek Fisher. Oh, man. Those were the real guys.
Those guys are the unsung heroes.
Yeah, those Robert Horry, Big Shot Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Lakers, they were just dominant in all 3 of their
They were
championships.
awesome.
Shaq
Yeah.
was just unstoppable. I mean,
Yeah, you couldn't stop him. Like, that was his team. By the end of it, it was kind of slowly transitioning. Like, Kobe was starting to kind of come up towards the
Yes.
end of that run.
Yeah.
But Shaq was so unstoppable. Like, there was nothing you could do. He was going to get 35 and 15 like every night.
Yep.
Back then. And yeah, they just flat out dominated. Like, that first championship against the Sixers, or the second championship against the Sixers, I think they only lost like 1 game the entire playoffs.
They lost 1 game, and that was
was
because Allen Iverson was
went
the
crazy.
MVP. He was
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly. So yeah, that just shows you how dominant they were in that time. All right, Eric, you got
Great
2
choice.
back-to-back here.
Okay, so my first one, shocker, going hockey.
Hockey.
I'm going to go with the 1983 through 1990 Edmonton Oilers. Even though I don't really like Edmonton, that team was just, it had Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, Yari Curry, it had like Grant Fuhrer. It had literally like 15 Hall of Famers on it. They were awesome. They won 5 Stanley Cups over a 7-year stretch. And they even won 1 without Wayne Gretzky because that's just their machine with Mark Messier just took over. So, and also they're always like, in the NHL, even though that was forever ago now, but they're kind of like the modern age, dynasty of domination. Where there's actual highlights of, shitty goalies making terrible saves. So yeah, I'm going with the Oilers.
That's a good one. They were so good.
They were so good. And my next one, I'm going to go with, I got to pull up the stats. I'm going with impact to me as like a young kid, and even though I'm not a big baseball person, I'm going with the New York Yankees from 1996 through 2000. They were awesome. I'm trying to think how many.
I think they won 4. Oh, no, they won 3,
Yeah.
I think.
I think they won 4. I
Yeah.
think it was like 3 straight, but they won 4. But I mean, just another thing with just loaded with talent. Mariano Rivera, Roger Clemens, Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Tino Martinez, like literally just loaded with talent, awesome names. And that's the thing. It's like, I guess maybe when you win a lot, your legacy grows. But it's like even with those Bulls teams, like Anish, those Lakers teams, like you end up knowing depth guys because they were around and so dominant. So yeah, going with the Yankees.
And I love baseball growing up, so I love the Braves and hated the Yankees. But it's like, even like when you're playing baseball, when you would go and like grab a ground ball and jump and throw it, you like yelling like kind of like people do Kobe, you're like going Jeter, like like acting like you're Derek Jeter, even though like everybody hated him, but he was sick.
Yeah, hustle. And that was the thing. It was like I remember as a kid, it was always it was like shortstop. It's like who's the best shortstop? Is it Alex Rodriguez? Is it Derek Jeter? Is it Nomar Garciaparra? Is it Vasquez for the Oakland Athletics? Like,
yeah, 90s, great time to be alive, boys.
And yeah, like you said, Brandon, even baseball, but the Braves and Yankees did not like each other. The Yankees and Red Sox did not like each other. Like it was like real, hatred, kind of like the Canada USA hockey, where it's like, yeah, we're not friends. Like we're not here to like do tummy sticks to each other.
Great way to describe that, Eric.
Okay.
All right, my second pick, I'm gonna go with the hockey team, a hockey team right before the Oilers, Eric, the New York Islanders from 79 to 83. They won 4 straight Stanley Cups, just dominating their way through it. They had, again, just a bunch of Hall of Famers. You had Mike Bossy, Trottier, you had Potvin, Gillies. The only reason they lost going for their 5th is because they ran into the Oilers.
Which was the next dynasty.
The next dynasty.
Well, and even Wayne Gretzky always says when they played, because they lost to the Oilers in the finals one year, and when they were done, or when the Islanders beat them, he said he walked by their locker room and he saw how tired and beat up and worn out the Islanders were, and that's when he learned, if we're gonna win, you have to be all in. Like those Islanders teams were like savages.
Yeah,
savages.
I mean, to win,
I was. Oh, sorry, Anish, go ahead.
No, go. I was saying to win 4 straight in any sport is hard enough as it is, let alone hockey that's so physically demanding, and there's so much that goes into it. Like,
and the playoffs are such a wild card in hockey too.
I mean,
I feel like there's more
deflection can happen at any moment.
I feel like there's more of like anybody could win, like each series. But
yeah, I mean, you run into a hot goalie and like the team could be shit, but if you run into a goalie who's like standing on his head and stopping everything, not much you can do about that.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I always like when like one dynasty team loses to the next dynasty team and they like kind of passes the torch. I was like, that's always fun. And I hate to say it, I don't know. Like even the Blackhawks had to do that. They had to, or even the Penguins. You had to get past the Red Wings. I mean, they made the playoffs like 25 straight years. But same thing. It's like you got to learn how to be a champion because it's tough.
Exactly. All right, Brandon, your last 2 picks here.
Well, I appreciate those picks. Wasn't a big hockey watcher as a young man. So I'm glad that this next pick fell to me because this is one that I was debating taking with the number 1 pick. And Ish probably knows what I'm going to do. I seem smirking because, like I said, I love greatness. And I'm going with my boy, my man, Tom Brady. Give me those Brady hats.
There you go.
Hard to pass up 6 rings. Obviously not all consecutive, but able to, just freaking
being
like that.
They
was
were the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So 20 years.
20
years. They were always there.
Quite the
they
winner.
Were always there.
I mean, literally, I was in like high school watching that Vinatieri first kick to just a couple years ago. Like I have kids and he's still winning like championships. So, and again, just right up there. I think I put him right up there with like Michael Jordan, just like competitor, like just loves to win, doing it all to win. Lost his family, got divorced, just so he could keep playing football, baby.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. So, give me Brady with 6 rings. And then that's just the rings with New England. Then he went on Tampa Bay. So, you know what? Let's make them good too. So,
And
they went to 9 Super Bowls. That's crazy.
It's wild.
That's
And
so many.
Yeah, that's not even the ones he lost. Yeah.
But Brandon, now he's a commentator and he's denying Patrick Mahomes from passing him.
Yeah, I mean, talking about
Can't get rid of him.
psychopath.
Can't get
Yeah.
rid of him.
Tom Brady's performing the ultimate psyop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, just, oh man, that's a good one, Brandon. I wasn't sure if you were gonna take that. I figured you would take that eventually.
Those were my top two.
Yeah,
I got my top two. Draft board's
Nice.
looking good.
nice.
And then I could go a couple ways with this last pick, but I'm gonna go another dominant era that spanned multiple years and give me the Nick Saban Alabama Crimson Tide.
I was hoping that'd be there for me.
Unstoppable, routinely #1 draft class, winning. Let's see, he won like 6 rings, I think, total while he was there, cranking out like the most like first round picks coming from them. So it's like you want to win, go to Alabama. You want to get put in the NFL, definitely go to Alabama. So I think everybody was just scared to death of them until he finally retired. And even then, they've still like been in it, and probably that's probably left over from a lot of his doing. But yeah, that Nick Saban's just unstoppable.
Yeah, he's so good. Some of the stats that they were saying this year, after he retired with Kalen DeBoer, like the fact that, like the Vandy stat especially, how Nick Saban had given up 13 points or something like that. His entire tenure at Alabama, he only gave up 13 points to Vandy, and Kalen DeBoer gave up like 27 or something like that in a loss.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
just
a new
wild.
era. It's a new era, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna fall off real hard once those Saban players end up filtering out.
Oh yeah.
Nice, Brandon. Those are 2 good picks. Those are 2 good picks.
You got the Bulls, the Patriots, and Alabama. That's a pretty good 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And there's still other ones on my list. I'm like, I wanted to pick them too.
A little recency bias, but pretty good list.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go
the
with
90s.
Hey, Last Dance just came out a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with another a little bit of recency bias here. I'm gonna go with the 2010s Warriors.
Splash.
Yeah, Splash Brothers. They were already an awesome team. After their first championship, went to another final with the 73-9 record. Lost that one, but then they added KD after that, and they just dominated for 2 more years. Honestly, probably would have won a 4th one or 3rd one with KD if him and Clay didn't get hurt against the Raptors.
Oh god, when his calf or whatever, Achilles like popped like a freaking
I should have had a 4-peat.
Yeah, they should have had a 4-peat. And they were able to get another one here a couple years ago with Steph and Clay and Draymond before Clay obviously left. I think they were just dominant in every one of their championships. Like they were just dominant. Like
They could keep that whole team together like that.
Yeah, I mean they were playing they were paying the luxury tax like every year. Like they didn't care.
Well, I mean, when you have 4 dominant starters and then you can just rotate. I mean, think about it. They had like, wasn't they Andrew Bogut like on one of their first championship
the first
teams?
ones? Yeah,
I think, and then he was nowhere near the team. When they were still dominating.
Yeah.
It's like when you nail the superstar, it's like that's the thing. They had Steph Curry, who was like, he changed. I don't know if he changed it for good or bad, but he changed basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Him, and then adding Klay Thompson to that, who was another prolific 3-point shooter. We didn't know it at the time, but ended up being that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just dominated. I mean, not much more else you can say about them. All right, Eric, your last pick of the draft here.
My last pick, I'm going with the classic NFL dynasty, the Dallas Cowboys, 1992, 1995, 3 Super Bowls, Jerry Jones. How about them Cowboys? Jimmy Johnson, I mean, the Hall of Famers, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, like just up and down the roster. They were awesome. They were so awesome. Somehow Dallas is still relevant, even though that was like 30 years ago when they won those Super Bowls. And yet they're still like America's team, even though they're not America's team, but that's what their moniker.
Yeah, how did they become America's team? That's what I don't understand. Like,
it had to have just been TV blowing up again.
They say always on TV.
Yeah, and always on TV, and when you
Thanksgiving.
win, and then if you win, people will love you.
Yeah, we need to get that moniker off of their team because they
are not America's team.
Yeah, everybody hates the Cowboys now, unless you live in Dallas. I feel like everybody hates them.
Well, they're just so overrated now. Where it's like, hey, the Cowboys, and you're like, they haven't done anything in forever.
I think, like
Yeah.
you said too, like now it was just like probably the TV, being able to watch them on TV. Now you can watch anybody on TV if you want to. Like, you pay for.
Yeah,
whatever.
you don't get force fed stuff anymore. Because even like I feel like even as a kid, we always kind of rooted for Notre Dame football, like just because they would be on like NBC every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, like you said, it's like there's the SEC network, Big Ten network, like everything. You can watch whatever you want. Like you're like I'm watching Colorado Buffalo games.
Yeah, dude. Now they put everybody on TV. Like for college football, especially. Like you look at like they're all on national TV. And you're like, what the?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to watch like Colorado State versus North Dakota.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah. That'll be a hard pass for me. Thank you. Nice. What do you guys have for honorable mentions? There's still a lot left on the board.
Like you guys said, there are a lot of dynasty teams.
Yeah.
Honestly,
current Chiefs.
Yeah, current Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
I thought y'all would take them.
The problem is the Chiefs are in the modern era where like I feel like they're already like hated, and like usually you go like you're like beloved, and then later on it's like, well, actually, you know, when people start throwing like the zagging or zig and zagging on like takes, but I feel like now it's like they're just so like social media. Travis Kelce, the Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes. You either love them or you hate them.
Been to 5 Super Bowls though.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, he's been to 7 AFC Championship games.
The only problem I had with picking the Chiefs is like pretty much everybody we picked, even the finals they made, no one ever got dominated like the Chiefs have gotten dominated in their 2 losses. Like they just didn't show up. Like
dude,
like Brady
Eagles
never
defense
got dominated.
was legit though.
Dude, and they blitzed 0 times.
Yeah, I know.
They
That's
blitzed
crazy.
0 times.
That's crazy because you the whole game you're like, God dang, they can't even protect them.
Yeah, and they had 7 sacks.
I know.
Crazy.
That was an awesome
Crazy.
display.
But yeah, that's why I stayed away from the Chiefs.
Boring Super Bowl, great effort by the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the Eagles. Like, so I'm a miserable sports fan with who I root for. Sometimes you look and you're like, dude, I would take that Eagles deal where like it could be it's either you're going to be awesome or you're going to suck. But they've got 2 Super Bowls in the last decade.
Yeah. And they went to
Totally
another
different
one.
rosters.
Yeah.
But
they could have
exactly.
easily won. They could have easily won that one too.
Yeah. So like sometimes you see even like Eagles fans being nervous. I'm like, what are you nervous for? You've been there. You've already won. You've been there 3 times. It's your 3rd time now.
Dude,
Like-
I actually saw, Philly fans routinely, which rightfully so, seen as like bad fans and just rough people.
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
But
scumbag. Philly scumbag.
I did see.
For this
I
day.
saw a tweet. I think I saw it this morning actually, but it was someone had posted a picture of this. It was like an Eagles like starter jacket or something, and it had a note on it. And basically, the person had found it. They'd left somewhere in Philadelphia. They found it on the ground. It had a note on it, and the note said, "Hey, I found this jacket in the street after the previous Super Bowl, and I held on to it, and
Passing
then,
it on.
Yeah, so I hope whoever finds this, keep it. I hope you get to pass it on to someone else in the next couple of years. Go Birds, or
Nice.
something like that. I was like, that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Also, who the hell is going to pick up a jacket or sweatshirt off the ground?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, dude. That's who. Yeah.
Hey, that's a sweet story. That's nasty, dude. I would know. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah,
don't pick up
yeah.
sweatshirts off the street.
It actually looked like a really good condition. I was like, that was just laying. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that was just laying on the street.
He probably
Looked
dry
like-
cleaned it and like
It
cleaned
looked
Yeah, but
really
dude,
nice.
Yeah, you just think about. I mean,
Eric,
think
just
about
enjoy
how,
the story. God,
no,
can't
no,
you just
I'm
have
like-
a heart for
no.
once? Eric's so used to losing that he can't just be happy. Like, just be
Just
happy,
callous,
dude.
yeah.
Why are you
No.
so? Don't be
His heart's
negative.
just a
Just be
giant
happy
callus.
for once.
I
Eric,
feel
I'll-
nothing.
Eric immediately goes, "That sucks. Don't like that."
Damn it, Brandon.
Let yourself smile a little bit, buddy.
Yeah,
Come on,
dude.
man.
Is this?
We'll pick you up. We'll pick you up. Come on,
Yeah.
buddy.
No, I was thinking you're like, but then how much of a fool would you act if your team, if you're in the city and like you're at the parade or you're the night your team wins, like you'd be losing all sorts of things in the streets, just going nuts. And be like, that's a tomorrow problem because tonight
Yeah.
we're champions.
I'll buy new gear.
Yeah, I was just buying. I bought a USA hockey hoodie after
We
the
hadn't even
6 before
played yet.
Canada. Yeah, before Canada. I bought it. I was like, I don't care. This could be horrible. I could think of this like Brandon's 2017 Stanley Cup puck, where you're like,
right back up there. It's literally right behind me,
Yeah, I know.
staring at me.
All your failures right there
Yep.
behind you.
Yeah.
Look at it wherever I want.
Yeah, we had I still had the Spurs.
That
They're a
was
little
on
more
my
boring.
list.
Dude, they
but
were just so
still,
boring. God, I
Yeah.
hated watching the Spurs. They got fun again when the Heat were there, when they were going against the Heat in the back-to-back years. That was
Mhm.
fun. But I thought the big fundamental, like,
Yeah.
That was literally my notes. It was like Spurs 0207 semicolon. Never really fun to watch, but hard to beat the
Yes.
fundamentals. Like,
yeah, like dominant. Like they were awesome.
Yeah.
Like Tim Duncan
Yeah.
was awesome.
I mean,
But-
sometimes it was like fun. Like when they would just be like whipping that ball, they passed it like 6 times before they shot. Like it was kind of fun. Like dang.
Right, and
Yeah.
and they
Fundamental,
won. Like,
man.
yeah, people couldn't stop them. I
Mhm.
totally get it. I'd never look fondly back on those Spurs teams. Like, man, that was awesome.
And then I started getting old school. Like, yeah, the 80s Lakers and Celtics.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. The
Um,
Celtics, the Dynasties, the Lakers dynasty.
Yeah.
I mean, even like there's like the old Yankees from like the 50s and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Dude.
some of those though. You're like, I'm only reading stats. I couldn't tell you really what they were like.
Dude, I
Or
got you a
like
good
the
one,
Celtics
Nish.
with Bill Russell. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was a good one. Tennessee women's basketball back in like the
Oh,
late
yeah.
I thought,
90s.
I
I
thought
had
you
that
were going
too.
to choose
I know.
That
I know.
I wanted
I
to
should
take
have.
that
I-
one, but y'all left the good ones on a platter for me, so I just
Yeah, that's true.
But they were undefeated their last championship.
The
I
07.
mean, like you talk about
Oh.
like 98, 97, 98.
Oh, 98. Yeah, okay.
But I don't know. You talk about like when I pick like Saban, talk about like dominant coaches. Like I mean, like Pat Summitt. I mean, Tennessee's talking about getting a WNBA team. They're going to call it the Summit. They're going to call it the Summit, like because of her.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of
Mhm.
like wild that there's going to be a team, a professional sports team named after a coach.
Yeah,
Like, that's wild.
but I don't know. I think that's a little.
Oh
bit
God, here comes
overrating.
negative Eric again.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to have this conversation this early in the
You
morning.
walk
man.
around
That's why I
Nashville and
avoided
say,
taking
"Hey,
it.
what do you think about the Volunteers?" And you're like, "They're the Knoxville team." Yeah, they're.
Hey, what do you think about the Titans?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when people from like East Tennessee or West Tennessee root for the Titans, I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? Don't.
Well, for them, what are they going to root for? You see them or the Panthers? Like those are like the two teams they're in the middle of.
I maybe become a nun and don't watch sports.
It's just just go
Let's be a
celibate,
priest.
quit
Yeah, let's be a
everything.
priest.
Yeah, quit. Become Amish. Yeah, just no
Yeah.
electronics.
You'll find
Or-
more answers looking for God than you would rooting for the Titans or the Panthers.
Yes.
Or just pick, going with our draft, just pick whatever dynasties
Yeah,
hot
just
right
pick,
now.
pick
Yeah.
a Dom. Go for the Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Oh man.
Or USA Hockey, baby.
Or USA Hockey. The reason why we did this draft. Yeah, if we win, Eric, on Thursday, you got to go to Academy Sports and just put on full. Get the
Well,
gloves, get the helmet.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about he's buying that.
Yeah, I'm buying this stuff, dude. Just have a mannequin behind me with like all the gear
Yeah,
on, like constant,
all the
like
gear.
the dark
Yeah.
visor, like buy like $600 skates.
Yeah.
Never use them.
Hey, they look sweet on the wall though.
Oh, that'd be dude. That'd be awesome. Actually,
Dude,
you know
you should get a stick for the wall to put that at the top. like a
dude,
big-
that's not.
Right at the top. That would have been cool.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
Um,
Perfect.
My dad, was in the Air Force. He, I meant to get it from them this weekend, but he has an old fighter pilot helmet that it's gonna be mine.
Nice.
Dibs.
You should just wear
Sorry,
that
Sean.
during the pods.
Dibs.
Well, I think he has I'm sure he did on purpose, but he has 3 of them, and so I think my brother's already taken the best one, so I'm getting the pics of the other 2, but that'd be cool if they're 2 somewhere.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Like,
pretty
you're a
sick.
pilot? No,
Not at all.
no, not at all. No.
so cool though.
That'll show the people in our comments saying you decorate your room like a 13.
Yeah, like a child.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Don't be mean.
Let's add a
Those-
NHL mannequin and a
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
Just lean into it,
Absolutely, dude.
Need a blacklight poster.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Absolutely.
dude.
The
Someone
lava
that,
lamp.
yeah. I was gonna say you should like get like a frame picture of the McAvoy hit on McDavid.
Oh,
like,
dude.
underneath it, just write
Yeah.
McBitched.
Yes. Yeah. You got McBitched.
Yeah.
Would be
That's
so
what. Hey,
sick.
by the way, everybody, Canada or Edmonton fans, that's what everyone calls him. Connor McBitch. Just so you know. When you say that, people know what we're talking about. Talking about
They
your
know
guy.
exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah.
common slang.
Yeah. It's not Nathan McKinnon.
No, the Nate Dog.
Nate
No.
Dogg?
That guy's a
Later.
psycho.
Later, dog.
He won it. He won a cup.
Yeah, yeah. He's a winner. He's a real winner.
Yeah. Nice. All right, boys. I think that wraps up this week's episode. Anything else we want to hit on before we reconvene next week?
Nope, we're leaving it on a positive
don't
note.
you cry. USA hockey is do or die. Put a hockey stick in my hand. Send me off to a foreign land. Pour some Gatorade in my glass. We just begun.
That's gotta be.
USA.
We got to play that next week if we win, and then if we lose, you got to add a 12 seconds later.
Yeah. Just a silent
Narrator.
just looking at it. Yeah, just
Narrator. They did not beat their ass.
Just show like Crosby torching us, and then it just cuts to the Alonzo Mourning meme. We're like, huh?
yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they got us.
Pretty
He's
good.
good.
He
He's
got
very
us. He's
good.
good. Yeah. All right, boys. We'll see you
hyped
guys
up.
next week.
USA.